The Child Advocacy Center is an immensely important department in our community.
There's a lot of kids out there who are experiencing trauma and abuse.
We do want the people who make these awful choices to be held accountable, but we also want to take care of the kids and families that come through here.
The need for the Child Advocacy Center in central Minnesota is way too much.
Child abuse in central Minnesota is just as big an issue as child abuse is anywhere on the globe.
We've served 1,600 kids since we opened.
If a child has been hurt in any way, mentally, physically, emotionally, we're going to be there to help them. The Child Advocacy Center is a place where we get to bring in kiddos that have seen unimaginable things, and they've been abused, whether that's physically, sexually, mentally, and it gives them a place to be able to come and be heard.
We opened our doors in September of 2016, and that's when the county and law enforcement and all the agencies came together and spoke with CentraCare to talk about how we can best serve the children and victims in our community.
And so they come here and we provide trauma-informed care. Instead of telling their story and answering questions multiple times, they get to come here and just tell their story once.
The old way of, so to speak, of doing things where a child would need to go down to a police station and share their story. They would need to speak with human services and share, and maybe a doctor and maybe a therapist, and so be able to bring everyone together in one location so a child doesn't have to repeat it. That can be re-traumatizing and make you have to relive that experience over and over. And so in order to be victim-centered, we bring all those people to one location so that the child needs to just meet with one person and share their story.
Those are the professionals from the prosecutor's office, social workers, medical staff.
While the interview is occurring, the members of the team are watching the interview on like a monitor. If they have any questions or things they're wondering about, they can communicate that to the forensic interviewer.
They can then meet with a therapist afterwards and have someone who can kind of help them with those immediate needs to provide some coping skills, some strategies. And then from there, we also provide advocacy for the non-offending caregivers who come with the kids. And so being able to provide them that resource, support, services, education, so that they can then go home and continue to support their children.
Our ultimate goal at the CAC is for that child to know that someone's listening to them, that they feel 100% that they have been heard, and that there's someone fighting for them.
There are so many pieces of the Child Advocacy Center that are innovative, and being able to see the difference between what it looked like even just 10 years ago in our area versus what it is now. And I think being able to move forward with an investigation even that much quicker, to be able to allow families to heal quicker, to be able to move forward with their lives. It's awesome to be able to incorporate all those different services and resources.
What we're doing here that's different than other places is really truly coalescing around more than a super targeted area. Some places will take years to get to the place that we started. So because we started with child protection and law enforcement and medical, all right there, advocates, right there at the table from the very beginning, we've been able to see other areas where this makes a lot of sense. And CentraCare has been absolutely phenomenal. They created an entirely new department for this.
I think what's happened here in our area is we've said, no, this is a community issue, and community partners have stepped up to the plate. CentraCare is a fundamental primary entity that says we want to make a difference. We want to address this as a community issue, and we're willing to go all in, and they have.
Thinking about what would happen to a child if we weren't here, that's heartbreaking to me. That actually makes me want to tear up immediately. A lot of times, this might be the only spot where a child felt important or felt that they mattered.